kind of nice, long, deep in the middle. It's just over 3 feet deep in the middle there, and just over a foot, about a foot 4 inches right here on this side. Same on that side. We bought 60 mil rubber, so this is pretty thick. Basically, it's rubber roofing. It's a little cheaper than pond garden rubber because they can call it pond garden. They can charge you more. So basically the same thing here. And this is 12 by 20, so there should be plenty. All right, picked out our rock. So that doesn't look like much rock, but that is basically a ton of rock. And when I say a ton, I don't mean a lot. I mean literally a ton of rock. So all of this stuff is basically riverbed, flat rock. That came on a pallet. Again, doesn't look like much here, but that was 1,200 pounds of riverbed rock. And we got a couple bags of mountain blend. We got some bags of pea gravel because we're going to fill in behind so that it all fills up right. We got some river pebble, some river rock, and then we got our just character stones here. And then some of this we're going to use for our side waterfall. So we're going to have a big waterfall and then basically a side trickle one. So it's going to be a double waterfall. Alright, so we have the hole dug here. This is almost 3.5 feet. We want that because we want to have a couple of fish. We want them to stay alive in the wintertime. And you need 2.5 feet or more, really, to keep them alive in the winter. So what we've done is we've taken cinder block in the back here, and we've kind of built up our retaining wall. The reason we use cinder block is because cinder block's cheap. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to pull our rubber liner here. We're going to put our rubber liner up over here. So all this is going to be rubber lined. Then it's going to keep our water in our water garden. So we'll bring the rubber liner up here, all the way back, leave about 6 inches, so then we can wrap it back around, and then no water gets back behind, and all the water from the water garden will sheet right into the pit. But here's our waterfall rock, just so you get an idea of what we're looking at here. So this is going to be about here, and it's going to drop. We're going to have rocks down here, and then they're just going to slowly drain into there. And along this side, we're going to have a stair-step waterfall. So this is kind of just so you can envision what we're planning here. This rock will be actually pretty close to right here. So our waterfall is going to be right into here. So you'll have a nice deep cavern. Because there's going to be rubber back here, we're going to build up with some rocks so you don't see the rubber. All right, it doesn't look like much yet, but we have the rubber in. We got to actually get the folds right, and then we're going to start getting some water in the bottom so that we can stretch it out and we can form it better. Because without the pressure of the water, you can see it's kind of just saggy and baggy. Kind of got it mapped out. Started placing rocks just to get an idea what we're looking at. We are using a Tetra 1,000 gallon per hour pond pump. The reason we're using 1,000 is because we're actually going to split the stream so that we have a bigger waterfall. This should be enough. We had to go get more stone today because we ran out. Now this doesn't look like much. That's because I got most of them put in. So here's what our water garden looks like. Again, it's not finished, but I wanted to get an idea what I was looking at, make sure the water flows right. So that's what we're looking at. And that stone is oily. I'm gonna have to drain this thing and fill it back up, but that's all right. Look at that. That is gonna be beautiful. Well, you can't really see it. The Tetra pond pump is down in the bottom, and here's our hose. We got it tucked real nice underneath the rocks, up along the edge. So we still got to hide this. Here's our split. This is our main waterfall. Dumping water here, and then it splits, comes around over here, and we got it tucked. And there's our secondary fall. Now we got some hiding to do, but there's our split waterfall. So now I kind of feel like I'm in Hocking Hills or something. Look at that beautiful, almost natural looking waterfall right into our pond. Here's our view from the porch side. Of course, I got some stone to put out there yet to hide the rubber. It's coming along real nice. So I'm gonna keep hiding this stuff, build it up, and see what this looks like finished. Okay, so we have the top row of the water garden almost done. Basically, just are finishing the edges and the front of it. We just need to cover the rubber here with some rocks so it all looks natural. Look at that. It's about to be beautiful. Okay, so everything is covered up. All the rubber's cut. The hoses are covered. This is a 360 view of the water garden here. All the way around. We got the pH tested. It's good for plants. There's some plants in there now. We got a couple here, a couple lilies, a couple little spikes. If we can keep the pH down, we're gonna put some fish in here, but take a look at that. All right, so we saw the water garden all completed during the day. My wife told me she ordered some solar lights. Check this thing out at night. Looks absolutely awesome.